Hello guys, welcome to DennisTechTips. In this video, I am going to show you how to reduce the file size of a video file. Now, one good thing about this app is that it doesn't mess with the video quality. To be able to do this, we are going to be using an app called Handbrake. Handbrake is a free and open source video transcoder. You can also download Handbrake on all the major operating systems, that is macOS, Windows, and Linux. So go ahead and click on the link that matches the operating system you are using to kick off your download. When the download is done, go ahead and open the exe to begin the installation process. It is very easy. After downloading and installing Handbrake in your PC, when you launch it, you are going to see something like this. So right here, I can drop the file I want to work on, or you can simply use any of these buttons right here. So with the first button, you can import an entire folder in Handbrake, or you can simply import a single file. So whichever one you want, you can go ahead and go for it. But I'm simply going to drag and drop the file in Handbrake like this. Immediately I do that, you can see the progress of it importing. So immediately after the file is imported, you are going to see something like this. So I'm going to maximize this. At the top right here within source, I get to see the file name that I want to work on, how to use Clipchamp video editor. I have a video on how to use Clipchamp video editor on my channel. You can go ahead and check out that video if you are interested. So right here on Handbrake, I have these different tabs right here I can work with to make sure that my video file is in the right size or my desired size. I know looking at this at first might look intimidating, but trust me, I am going to walk you through on how to use these different tabs. But if you seem not to be interested in any of these, you can simply use any of the presets up here. At the top right here, you have different presets you can work with to save you time of going through all these tabs, making different settings. Now, these presets are already designed to make sure that your video file is in a particular file format, in a particular file size, depending on what you want or depending on any of the presets you choose. So down here, let's say for example, you have a lot of them down here. So let's say you want to attach the video to an email. You can choose any of these presets right here. Now, by choosing any of these presets, it is going to make sure that your file is not more than 25 megabytes in size. It is in MP4 format and also in 480p, 720p, depending on the one you choose. So you have a whole lot of them down here. You can go ahead and choose the one you want. But if you don't want to use any of the presets, you can simply customize how you want your file to be. So on the first tab, we have summary. Down here within summary, you can change the file format. We have different containers down here. We have MP4, we have MKV, and we have WebM. So I'm going to click on MP4 right here. Next, you have dimensions. Now within dimensions, you can flip the video file horizontally. Next, you can rotate the video within the rotation field. So you can rotate it in 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. Next, you can crop the video. So let's say for instance, the video has bars around it. You can simply use the cropping tool to crop those out. Next, within resolution, you can choose your resolution. We have different resolutions right here. We have the 1080p, we have the 2160 4K Ultra. So you can go ahead and choose the one that you want. Next, you have filters. Within filters, you can add different filter effects to your video. You can go ahead and play with this right here to see how they work. Down here, you have the grayscale. When you check this, it is going to make sure that your video is in black and white. Next, you have video. Within the video tab, you can select your video encoder. You have H.264 right here. We have AV1, we have H.265. Now, most platforms accept H.264. H.265 is also okay, but it is not accepted by some platforms yet. So H.264 is mostly used. So I would advise you go for that. So I'm going to click on that. Next, down here, you can choose your frame rate or change the frame rate. You have different options down here you can choose from. But if you don't want to use any of the frame rates, or if you don't want to change the frame rate of the video file, you can simply select same as source. Now, this will retain the same frame rate you had in the video file you are converting, or you are encoding rather, or you are trying to reduce its size. Next, on the right hand side, you can increase and decrease the video quality. So if you want to decrease the quality, you can simply drag it to the left hand side of the screen. But if you want to do the opposite, which is increasing it, you can drag it to the right hand side of the screen. But keep in mind that the higher the quality of the video, the higher the file size, and the lower the quality of the video, the lower the file size. So I'm simply going to leave this at, let's say, 21. Okay, 21.5 is okay. Next, you can work on the audio. Down here, you can select the audio codec. We have it set on AAC. You can change that to any of these options right here. Down here, you have the MP3 format. So let's select that. You can also adjust the bit rate and also the channel. So you can make the channels mono or stereo. Next, we have the subtitles and we have the chapters. So you can go ahead and play with all these tabs, see how they work, master them so that you'll be able to achieve your desired file size. Now, when you are done with all these settings, you might want to preview the video. To do that, you can simply click on the preview button up here, and then you are going to get this window. So right here is where I can preview the video. So at the bottom right here, I can choose the duration I want to preview because you cannot encode the entire thing. Encoding takes a lot of time. So encoding the entire video for preview is going to take your time. So down here, you can select a duration. So let's say the first 10 seconds that it is right here, you can select that and then go ahead and hit on the live preview. So immediately you hit on the live preview, it is going to start encoding the file. That is the first 10 seconds of the file. So you can see the encoding progress down there. Now immediately encoding is done, it is going to automatically open your media player and show you the preview of the video file. I'm going to close out of this and then close this. After watching the preview and you're okay with the video, you can go ahead and start encoding. But before you start encoding, you might want to select the location where you want the file to be saved after the encoding. So to do that, you're going to head over to the browse button down here, select it, and then you're going to get this save as dialog. So down here within the save as dialog, you're going to select the location where you want the file to be saved. So in this case, I want it on my desktop. Next, you are going to give it a file name if you don't want this file name. So let's say encoded. And then down here, you can see that the save as type or the file type is MP4. So I'm going to click on save. So I have the location selected. Now I am going to start encoding. To do that, I'm simply going to hit on the start encoding button. Immediately I do that, it is going to start encoding. But if for some reasons at some point you want to stop the encoding, you can simply hit on this stop button right here. Or probably you want to pause it, you can hit on the pause button up here. So like I mentioned before, encoding takes time, so you have to be patient enough for the software to complete the encoding. Now, one good thing about this app is that it doesn't mess with the video quality. Now, when the file is done encoding, you're going to head over to the location where you selected for it to be saved. So right here, I have it on my desktop encoded. Now, if you look at the previous video, that is the one I imported in Handbrake, you see that the file size here is 60 megabytes. And then if you look at the newly encoded file, you see that the file size has reduced to 41 megabytes. So that is it, guys. That is how to reduce the file size of a video file using Handbrake. If you find this video helpful, do well to give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.